Hey, so I'm here to talk about two different television shows. I know, first games, now TV. I know what you're thinking. You're a phony, you're not even doing movie reviews. You're just a phony, stick to what you know. Or you're just like, yay, new things. Diversity's fun. Alright, so the two shows I want to talk about, one just had its season premiere and one just had its series premiere. One's my favorite running television show and one's my favorite new television show this fall. We have House and Boardwalk Empire. Now I've never really been big on TV. Yes, there's a lot of series that I get into, but more often than not, I'll watch one or two episodes like them, but just never really get into that because I don't have that much consistency week to week where I'm like, oh, that show's on, except for a very few. And some of my favorites, like Monk and 24, have recently met their end, so I'm kind of looking for new things, and I've always been a fan of the HBO series, and Boardwalk Empire, it definitely looks like one of their best. I want to start off with House. House is now entering its 7th season, and the last couple of seasons have been trying a different pace. It's been a little bit darker, but also just trying an onslaught of different things. It's hard for medical mysteries to survive for so long because it just kind of loses its creativity. There's only so much you can just do in a hospital where it just gets boring and cliche, and you get tired of seeing the same diagnoses all the time, and they just come up with crazy ones that don't even make any sense, and at that point you don't even care. But House has been doing something that's really interested me lately. Other than Hugh Laurie just coming back each season better and better, and they really took his sarcastic, wisecracking, and depressed character and turned it into something very complex. They started to think outside the box, changing the area, not just having it take place in the hospital, not just like, here's our patient, let's go solve it. And it takes it away from all of that. It lets us explore House's character like we've always wanted to. It gets different settings. It just becomes very creative, intertwining the side story with the main story. Very recently, there's been some visually striking episodes with great direction and awesome editing. In the past episode, we have him now starting a relationship with Cuddy. And because of other involvement, we start wondering, is he hallucinating based on other things that have happened and how the last season ends? I kind of wondered it myself for a while. Also still manages to keep that very great comedic side and very interesting subplots. I really like where they've taken the characters, and I think they're developed enough to try to do some new, different things, but they just keep bringing up some of the same, and it's like, come on, let's move on. I'm very excited for the new season. It just looks to be epic. I shall be watching every episode. Overall, House is just a show that very often will catch you off guard, and it's just great entertainment. I recommend it to anyone. They've really been pushing the envelope. They've really been pushing the envelope with some of the adult content. Like, it is crazy some of the stuff they get done on that show. Overall, I'll give House, this episode, the premiere episode of this season, a 9 out of 10. I cannot wait for the rest of the season. I know the pilots aren't always, or not pilots, season premieres aren't always the best, but they showed a clip of what's coming up, and it just looks awesome. Now on to Boardwalk Empire, the new HBO series. Now, I've been very excited for this because anything attached to Martin Scorsese or anything with Steve Buscemi in it has got me on board. It boasted an amazing start-out cast, and from the looks of the advertisement, it looked like a dark, stylistic crime drama awesomeness. Steve Buscemi definitely looks like he can carry the series well, and he's got that mix of compassion and good judgment, and just, in a totally straight way, it is really funny watching that dude have sex, because, this and Fargo, and in this he looks frail as hell, and it's just funny. Glad to see Michael Stolberg getting some other work, because I loved him in A Serious Man. All the characters are really good. Some of them, even for the first episode, I wish kind of had a little more development, but overall, all the performances are really good, and has perfect directorial execution by Martin Scorsese. One of the big complaints was that it was very slow-moving, kind of boring and drags at times. It's kind of expected for the pilot, but overall, I didn't really notice it or care about it too much. That little sly throw-in of Al Capone was pretty cool. It's got amazing set pieces and definitely knows what direction it wants to go in, although some of the things were rather predictable, but it still works that emotional side. Definitely got a lot of potential. I'm really excited to see where they go with it. It's already gotten approved for a second season due to its great reception and all the views it got. Overall, I'll give it like a 9.5, 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It's got a good story going for it. I hope it takes more some complex turns. And overall, I am satisfied. So, hope you enjoyed my first review of anything television, and tell me if you liked it. So, see you guys. House and Boardwalk Empire, definitely something to be watching this fall. Overall, I'll give it like a 9.5, 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It's got a good story going for it. I hope it takes more some complex turns. And overall, I am satisfied. So, hope you enjoyed my first review of anything television, and tell me if you liked it. So, see you guys. House and Boardwalk Empire, definitely something to be watching this fall.